You got to kick it off with a killer to grab attention. Then you got to take it up a notch.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us.
Who are you?
I'm Shiva, the god of death.
Cells. Interlinked.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
Folks, welcome to Debaser, a film podcast. I'm Jared Rusk, and I'm joined by my co-host Will.
Smoking.
On this show, we explore both new and familiar movies as we attempt to analyze and interpret them, all in an effort to debase the films and ourselves. And Will,
Jared,
we're coming in high.
what the fuck did you make me watch?
What do you mean? It's The Mask. Everyone loves The Mask.
Yes,
it's a classic film.
The 1990s classic, The Mask.
Like 97,
It's 94.
94?
Yeah, because when
that old?
I actually looked up for this movie,
Yeah.
that was the only one that popped up.
Right. Isn't Cameron Diaz like 18 in that movie or something?
I think
crazy?
she is. Yeah, she's
It's
young.
insane. So we're doing a film called The Mask. However, it's not the one you think it is. You may notice that
it's the Mask, but not the one you think it is.
Right. The release date is 2023 because it came out this year. It is a short film written and directed by Connor O'Malley.
Connor O'Malley. So I want to preface like everything that we're about to discuss.
Oh, don't worry.
Wait, you wrote... Wait, have you watched this already?
I have a dossier. No, I didn't watch it before
okay.
we did together.
But you've got
But I have a
information.
dossier.
Okay, all right.
Because I knew going into this who Connor O'Malley is.
Yeah, and you've shown me like some of his stuff.
Right. I've tried to.
You
And
tried
famously-
to Connor pill me.
Famously, one time I tried to show you a video of his, and you laughed so hard you woke up your infant son,
That's right. What
and we had to shut it down.
I forgot about that.
That was a great time.
Yeah.
So real fast, The Mask is available for purchase for $5 at endorphinport.com. That's ENDORPHINPORT.com. If I would recommend, if you want to figure out who Connor O'Malley is, go to his YouTube channel.
Yeah. He's a funny guy.
He also has Vine compilations because he was really big on Vine before that app went away.
That makes a lot of sense.
But
I miss Vine. I think Vine was such a significant...
it's just TikTok now.
No, TikTok is... You can do longer form stuff. Vine, you had to be funny and succinct and tell a story in 6 seconds. TikTok, it can last longer.
Was
than
it
that.
6 or 8?
6.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes and no. I mean,
Okay.
Vine became Snapchat. Snapchat became TikTok. Snapchat and then Instagram and Twitter are trying to rip off all of it. It's whatever.
Okay.
The film was written and directed by Connor O'Malley, and Connor O'Malley is a comedian, writer, and actor that grew to some fame on Vine, a now defunct short video format app that was essentially a precursor to TikTok.
Yeah.
O'Malley has written for Late Night with Seth Meyers, The Chris Gethard Show, I Think You Should Leave, How To with John Wilson, and Joe Pera Talks With You. He also appears in most of those several times. He also has various small appearances.
Wait, even... He doesn't show up in...
I don't think he shows up in that because
there's
actors
no
don't
way.
really show up in that show.
Yeah.
He's also appeared in Broad City, Detroiters, and other TV shows. He is married to famous SNL cast member A.D. Bryant.
Yes, that's how you pitched him to me. You're like, hey, you know that lady that's on SNL?
She has a husband who is insane.
Who also does comedy, but it's different kind of comedy.
It's a little different.
And then I laughed so hard I woke my child up, and he was not happy about it.
After the death of the app Vine, O'Malley would go on to produce videos across YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram, continuing his manic, satirical performance art. In 2017, O'Malley made another short film entitled TruthHunters.com, in which he parodied the likes of Alex Jones and Milo
Yiannopoulos.
Yiannopoulos. I always trip up on his last name there. Not that it matters. He sucks.
No, he does suck. Fuck him.
While also confronting them in improvised street interviews. As COVID-19...
Did he really?
Yes. Yeah, his Alex Jones thing is great. I recommend looking that up.
I need to watch that.
Yeah. As COVID-19 emptied the streets of New York City, O'Malley took to live streaming a faux talk show while riding a bike through Times Square and other typically crowded but now desolate environments in New York City. Bike Talk Show featured monologues spoofing the likes of Jay Leno and other late-night hosts while riffing on various current events. The recurring bit called Bike Talk Show also saw O'Malley traveling to Portland during the 2020 protests to interview protesters shortly before being tear gassed by police.
Did he go to the DMC, the
Demilitarized?
Yeah,
Did they call it that, or was
DMZ?
it
That's what it was. DMZ.
I'm not sure. I honestly, that's kind of hazy in memory to me.
Yeah, no, 2020 feels like a century ago.
A lot was happening
Yeah.
in everyone's life.
Yeah,
because I had a lot of stuff happen in 2020.
That's right.
You know, we're all healing from our trauma that was the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, that shit sucked.
It upended everybody's lives.
I went to work every single day, and I was afraid I was going to bring that shit back to my pregnant wife.
Yeah.
That shit sucked.
I'm not going to get into it. This is
I
not the
know.
time to unpack that. We should.
Eventually.
Maybe off air. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shut you down, but
No, it's fine.
I
don't want to talk about it either.
That's the thing. I don't want to open up on it
No,
on
I
a
gotcha.
podcast about it.
Yeah.
But people who know me know I had a rough 2020.
Yeah, I know.
But everybody did.
Yeah.
It was bad all around. And
yeah.
honestly, what happened to me could have been infinitely worse. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I'm moving past that. Sorry for the tangent. But yeah, those protests. He goes there to interview protesters and like be like not necessarily like a man on the street, but like making fun of the people that are trying to be like the man on the street thing.
Yeah.
And then he actually gets like
Tear
tear
gassed.
gassed.
tight.
Although I don't know, it could have been fake.
could have been a
I'm
bit?
not sure. Yeah. Oh yeah.
After watching this, I don't know, man. I have
exactly.
no idea.
How much of it was real and how much of it
Jeez.
wasn't. This film has no reported budget that I could find, and of course, there's no reported box office as it is being sold direct to consumer. Yeah, this didn't go to theaters, and
I wonder why.
I think it was Connor probably paid for the entire production of this film out of pocket.
Yeah, it's 25 minutes long. I can't imagine people going to the theaters to see it.
Not only that, but it's very DIY.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Most of Connor's content is filmed with a selfie stick or a tripod.
Yeah. What was the sketch that you showed me where I was cackling so hard my kid woke up? I feel like he was in the woods. There was a van.
Oh, it was Antifa is
Yes, that's the
moving
one.
into the Burger King down the street.
That is the one. Yep.
And he
the
finds like a trail of pickles that are
Yeah.
luring him to a van.
Yeah. That's right.
So, Will, what we just watched was the descent of a man who spends his entire life online trying to become famous through uploading content to YouTube and Facebook and what have you.
Yep.
And it's just not working out for him. He is constantly met by roadblocks and even his own family trying to shut him down.
Rightfully
And-
so, to protect him from himself.
Well, did his
Jared, hold on, Jared. I'm so fucking happy that you told me that the guy that was on screen was Connor O'Malley.
so you were really confused.
I was like, is this going to be like a short form doc where Connor O'Malley found this
I wish I
wacky dude?
didn't tell you that and waited till we started.
I'm so
recording.
glad you did, because I was really worried about this dude's health.
Well, because they open with in media res, and we see Connor O'Malley, who is playing Tyler Joseph, dressed up in a
Yellow suit like The Mask.
but like a bad version of
Well,
it.
of course, yeah, because he's poor, he's broke.
And he has like a cheap Halloween mask of The Mask, the green mask.
No,
from,
well, in this scene specifically, he's wearing a COVID.
that's
COVID
right.
mask.
It's just a face,
Yes,
like a COVID mask
Yeah.
with that printed over it.
Yes.
And he is at Universal Studios, and he interrupts the Waterworld stunt show, and starts shouting things like "Joe Biden is dead."
John
and
Cena
John Cena is dead.
Yeah.
Just things like that. It's kind of incoherent, but that's what you catch.
And you need to look up the Yantianto.
Yeah, he keeps saying
Conspiracy.
Yantiato thing. Some people come down from the stands, security or something, I
Yeah.
presume, to whisk him away. And then it is implied that some of the stunt performers, something goes wrong in the Waterworld stunt show behind him as he's yelling at the audience, and a stunt performer gets hurt. And then we cut to a bunch of different news segments, including Lester Holt from NBC News. Okay, so he interrupts the Waterworld stunt show.
Yes, supposedly somebody gets hurt. It's covered on the news. And
Yeah,
shit.
we start seeing news segments of like real, news shows about how someone was hurt at the Waterworld Stunt Show after a conspiracy theorist interrupted and started ranting. And then we go back in time and rewind and see Tyler Joseph as just like a nobody in Illinois, and he is like a cemetery security guard.
He got this cushy job from his dad knew the manager.
The entire movie is different videos that Tyler is filming himself with a selfie stick.
Yeah, cut together.
To be clear. So we're seeing it cut with other, news segments and what have you. And then like camera zooming in on his Facebook comments and YouTube comments and things. Yeah. And even at one point his Pornhub comments.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Had low key. The house they're in looks gorgeous. Yeah. So good. But like, it's chronicling the life of the youngest child loser.
Yeah, just a sad fail son from the Midwest that wants to make it big in Hollywood, and he's obsessed with Whose Line Is It Anyway?
He loves Whose Line Is It Anyways, which I found out just 25 minutes ago still exists. I'm kind of shocked by that, honestly.
Mm-hmm. But he, I guess his brother and his dad sit him down and are trying to like talk sense into him.
Oh, because the graveyard shift guy,
right?
Like I was like, hey, I've got a general manager position that you could take. He's like, no, I work this to fund my comedy.
Yeah, and then so his dad finds out, and like his family sits him down and like get into an altercation, and I think his brother starts to like beat him up and has him up against the wall, and then we cut to he's living with his grandma now and entertaining her with all of his antics, hijinks and stuff, and his impressions that he wants to do to get himself on Whose Line. And his grandma loves it. She's eating it up. She thinks it's great, and he's making her a part of his content by having her review chicken sandwiches.
Oh, which I think is the reason why she dies. He's feeding her a bunch of fast food and is clogging her old arteries and kills her.
Oh no! I didn't even think of that.
It reminds me of the sketch that Nick Schwartzen used to do. It was like, if you want to feel like really good about yourself, you got to go over to your grandma's house and like do a bunch of stuff. For her.
Oh, you mean this milk jug, grandma?
Nicholas, are you the strongest man in the world?
That is like an ancient Comedy Central presents. Like I remember watching that a lot though.
Yeah,
there's a great bit in there too where he's talking about how his little brother wants to like talk to him about Pokemon. And he's just like, whenever my brother wants to talk to me about Pokemon, I don't care. And I just tune out. But to give him a taste of his own medicine, I go, why don't you come in here into the shower and I will show you all the different products I use on my hair and I'll walk you through them. And he's like, and this one's like Jolteon because it electrifies my hair.
It's got electrolytes in it or whatever. Yeah. That's funny. No, I didn't. I never watched that entire thing, but Haley loved.
Yeah. It's a good special. I remember really liking it. Man, what a time.
I know, right?
The Comedy Central specials. Great.
And now all those comedians are transphobes. It's really crazy.
Is Nick Swartzen?
No. I was just making jokes because like,
I mean, the big one
Dave Chappelle was like had so much on Comedy Central.
And I mean, I think Dave Chappelle had his own like hour and a half long specials back then.
He had like 3 or 4 and then the show.
A big one that broke out from those was oh my God, what's his name?
I don't know. What is his name?
Dane Cook.
Oh, yeah.
Because he had a really good one that, honestly, my friends and I ripped off wholesale for a talent show.
Oh, for real?
One time at a Scout summer camp.
Your talent was ripping off Dane Cook?
Well, I was, like, I kind of wrote and rehearsed it, and my buddy went out and did the performance, and it killed. Like, we fucking killed. But we were just ripping off, like, Dane Cook's, ancient Comedy Central special. The favorite bit that he went out on was where he impersonates an alien, like the H.R. Geiger alien, on a subway train so that people don't mess with him because he thinks they're so cool. And like you put your arm behind your head as if you have the long head and you start hissing and spitting at people. You take a water bottle and start throwing it on yourself so you look wet. It was a great bit, honestly. Still funny. Probably the funniest shit he's ever written because all of his, when he got big and did all those specials, they were all like weirdly Christian and like mean, you know? Anyway. Yeah. Also, he ripped off a lot of people too, so I don't feel bad about ripping him off when I was 11 years old.
Yeah, no, you were just emulating him wholesale.
Exactly. My whole personality is built around Dane Cook. Oh, who, by the way, very recently like married an 18-year-old who he met when she was 16 or 17.
Cool.
Allegedly.
Anyways, let's go back to Connor O'Malley.
Start throwing in some allegedly. Yeah, Dane Cook, allegedly not a great person. No, honestly, that's probably, I can say that without getting sued, I think.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Anyway. Back to Tyler Joseph.
Yeah, sorry. He's living with his grandmother.
So he's living with the grandmother.
Sorry.
She's eating up his
All
whole
of his
shtick.
dumb shit,
She thinks
yeah.
it's great that he wants to make it big in Hollywood. And then unfortunately she passes away off screen. And Tyler Joseph's horribly upset about this.
devastated.
But then we see his Facebook comment about how she did leave him an inheritance of $40K.
Yeah.
And so he moves
he's
to
gonna go
Hollywood.
to Hollywood. And moves into like some dude's spare,
Right.
not even spare room, but spare like utility room.
It's a utility closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the size of a closet. It has a water heater in it, and it has an unfinished floor. And the guy is like, yeah, this will basically be your room. This is all yours. It's going to be $50 a month. And then the guy's like, I don't have to worry about money. And he's like, you look familiar. He's like, oh, do you watch TV? And he goes, yeah. And he
Do you
goes,
watch commercials?
and then he says the General, and it's the General Insurance Company. And then we get a cut to a scene of the roommate like sitting on a rock waving at the General.
But it's like,
but it's clearly an insert shot.
yeah,
too.
it's super spliced. At what moment were you like, oh no, that's Connor O'Malley? Oh no, he was still living with his family at that point, which was like, thank God you told me that.
Right, because you were like, is this guy real? And I went, no, that's Connor O'Malley, the actor.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen Antifa is invading Burger King.
Right. When Connor O'Malley shows up in things, because he will show up in something for like a minute.
Yeah.
Like I do the Leo meme.
Oh, of course
it's
you do.
so good.
Yeah, of course you do.
What was he in recently?
I would assume, I think you should leave. A season just came out.
There's a movie where he's like a best man at a wedding, and it's a very small part.
Oh, I don't know.
It came out recently, and I remember like comedy nerds on Twitter were like, "Oh my god, I love that Connor O'Malley showed up for 5 seconds and had a great line in this movie." You know, listener, the movie was Palm Springs. I've shown you that scene from Detroiters where he is arguing with Tim Robinson about like packing to go work for him.
Hey, bud, what's up?
Do not enter without knocking. Go back out and try again.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm already in here, Trevor. That's stupid. Hey, Mom told me that you were in between jobs, and we have an opening at Kremlin Duvet.
Oh, what happened? Did Sam get chronic diarrhea and die?
No, don't even joke about Sam's death. We're die at the same exact time, even if we're miles apart. Our hearts will just know. You could stay with me and Chrissy. I think we could really use your help around the office. You know, I could show you how it's done.
Actually, I don't need to be shown how it's done. I know how it's done.
Well, you don't know how it's done, but I think with a little bit of work, you can be pretty good at it.
Yes, I do know how it's done, and I can do advertising in my sleep.
You're actually not good at advertising. You've never done it before, so how would you know if you're good at it?
I do know how to do it.
Okay, well then do it then.
Fine, I'll do it.
Do not call me a then! I'm giving you a job, a place to live!
Oh my God, wow, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you!
Oh,
Thank you so much. Okay, come on, let's go. Grab your stuff.
What?
Come on, Trevor. Well, you need to pack, don't you?
Oh my God.
Don't you need to pack some stuff, buddy?
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Don't hit the dresser!
Shut up!
That used to be yours as a baby!
That's my dresser!
Trevor, pack your deodorant. Pack your deodorant I got you for Christmas! Thank you! You don't need your Slipknot, man.
Yes, I do!
When are you gonna use it?
Take a shower?
You take a shower and slip the...
Yes! Shut up!
You shut the f*** up!
So yeah, so Tyler realizes him and his roommates are getting along famously. They start watching.
Oh, they love each other.
They're watching Marvel movies together. They're bonding. They're like, wow, I feel like we were best friends, or like we were meant to be.
All of my walls are down right now.
I think one of his Facebook posts is like, I'm sad that my grandma's dead, but I feel like she's been reincarnated into my roommate or something.
It says like the grandma-sized hole in my heart has been filled recently by my new friend, and the guy comments on, "Friend, don't you mean Playboy billionaire philanthropist?" Yeah, Tony Stark.
I'm so glad you remember that.
I can do pretty well when I like watch something like 2 minutes ago. It's all still it's starting
I'm
to
glad
devolve, though,
because
so like,
I paraphrase
yeah.
things terribly when I'm trying to recap them.
Gotcha.
So Tyler has now he's in Hollywood, and so he starts improving on the street.
He starts singing on the street.
Yeah, he just will stand on a street corner and yell at cars like, "Give me a job, you know, give me something,
Give me a line, give me anything."
Yeah, and it's not going well.
No.
And one day he runs in, he sees John Mayer walking down the street.
That's right.
So he runs up to him and just kind of accosts him, and it's very awkward. And he films it, and it goes viral. He gets like a 250,000
views. Yeah.
Right. And So it does great.
like-
And so he decides, I'm going to start, I'm going to become a paparazzi.
He's like, I'm in my paparazzi era.
Exactly. And so he starts tracking down other celebrities.
He's the purple suit warrior.
We see him at the
Eternals.
world premiere of the Eternals.
Yeah.
And we're cutting to like other paparazzi footage where he's highlighted in the background too. And you can see him he was actually there.
Always wearing a purple suit.
Yes.
Always wearing his like face mask around his chin.
Yeah. Pulled down under his chin. It's
Yeah.
very unflattering too. And then he one day sees Colin Mockery, who, if people don't know, is one of the leads on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah. And he loves this guy.
Right. He like idolizes him. And so like people are lining up to get autographs. And so he gets up there and
Oh man, we're missing like a part where there's like a bit where
he's talking to another paparazzi.
No, it's not even that. It's the where he blacks out and cuts another dude's hair.
Oh, right.
His ponytail.
That's right. He's taking improv classes
in his hometown
before he left for Hollywood.
Yeah.
And apparently he had an episode where he blacked out and like attacked a guy and tried to cut off his ponytail.
And the guy was like, I was saving up for locks of love, and he comments, I'm sorry, man, I just get really into character whenever I'm improving or what have you.
And then attaches a YouTube video of him doing 1,000 impressions in 1,000 minutes or something.
Yeah.
But so he's talking to Colin Mockery trying to get an autograph.
Well, the second thing is,
and then he remembers that he had a conversation with another paparazzi guy.
Yeah.
He's like, how do people make money on this sort of thing? And he's like, you know what really gets money? It's hair. And so he's thinking about this, and he pulls out scissors, and he decides he's going to go for Colin's hair.
Yeah.
And then he starts attacking him, and him and Colin like kind of tussle for a little bit.
Yeah. And he fucking bolts.
And then we cut to like multiple like news
organizations
and TMZ, the show.
Yeah, specifically TMZ.
Covering Colin being attacked by a fan and hitting him over the head with a VHS tape. At which point I pull out my phone and Google.
Yes.
And this really happened 2 years ago. And it's actually, you can see it's Conor O'Malley in the photos.
Fucking crazy.
So I think it was staged, but also
I think it is too, because on IMDb, like I said, it's got John Mayer and Colin Mockery as actors.
They were listed as actors. Yeah. The John Mayer thing could have been filmed without his knowledge, and then later had him sign a release. I wonder. He could have been. I mean, John Mayer is also like a comedy dude, so he could have been in on it from the beginning.
True,
because John Mayer, surprisingly, like I said, he's into comedy stuff. So maybe
he was also famously on the Chappelle Show for one episode where they
that's right
tested different music on
that was
different
a good
people.
episode too.
Yeah.
John Mayer is I
don't like him.
He's done problematic things.
Yeah.
His music isn't for me, but like he also said, okay,
his dick is racist. Is that what you're gonna say?
No, I don't even know that one.
Do you want to?
Maybe
do you want me to keep going down the road on this one?
I'll just very quickly say my thing because it is funny and not problematic. But he was in an interview with Playboy a long time ago, and he used to date Jennifer Aniston.
Sure.
And I don't even remember how it came up, but the interviewer asked something about Jennifer Aniston like torrenting his music or something, and John Mayer said, "If Jennifer Aniston knows how to torrent, I will eat my fucking shoe." And that has always stuck with me. It's so funny to me.
That is funny.
But yeah, wow, John Mayer is a problem.
Yeah, he said that back when we were in high school.
I'm not even going to examine that. I don't.
He was just basically saying that he doesn't.
We don't need to. We don't need to do that.
All right,
it's not the John Mayer episode. Anyway.
But so the news organizations show the footage.
Right, and this really happened. But I think it was staged, but you can actually find like articles about this event where Colin Mockery gets attacked.
And he's like, he becomes a pariah because he only wears this one purple suit.
Oh, right. And all the other paparazzis are like, hey, get the fuck out of here, man.
The specific one that told him
about the hair. Yeah.
He's like, you need to get the fuck away from me, dude. Yeah. And so he's like blacklisted.
So so he's like, upset. He's at his house, like in his apartment with his roommate, and he's like really upset. And his roommate was like, comes in, and he's like, hey man, this isn't your fault. Like,
this is Yantianto, man.
Yeah, and Tyler's like, what are you talking about? What is that? And he starts going on about, and this is basically a parody of the
QAnon.
Yeah, it's QAnon mixed with all of like the adrenochrome stuff. I guess that's also QAnon.
That is also QAnon.
So it's like a parody version of QAnon, and he starts telling him that like all the celebrities are in this thing, and it decides like who's going to be famous and all this stuff, and who becomes rich and powerful.
Yantianto is in China.
Oh, is that like a city or something?
I think that's I think it's a port. It's a shipping.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This also makes sense. It could also be tied to COVID. COVID doesn't really come up, but clearly this was filmed in the COVID era.
Yeah.
Because everyone's wearing masks and things.
Well, he said it was 2 years ago too.
Well, yeah, right. Some of the events that took place were from 2021, which is like crazy because he's put out a lot of content since then too that isn't related to this film. Wild stuff. This guy works too much, I guess. I don't know.
Fuck, if he's as manic as he is in these goddamn episodes or god damn it, his shorts.
right.
Then I can only imagine.
That's the thing. And like, does it ever turn off? Like, is he always that wild?
I don't know. How the fuck does AD deal with him?
But so that, and then we see he gets radicalized by his roommate about this conspiracy theory.
His roommate specifically says, I wish I hadn't have told you because now you're burdened with the truth.
Yeah, it's great. And then you see a very unappealing angle of, I guess, his webcam. As he's like sitting on his laptop in his bed.
Searching for
like getting really like quote unquote red pilled, looking up all these like fake conspiracy theory videos.
It's a video of him, like comedian live reacts to
the videos that he's watching. That's right, because he's streaming himself watching them and getting further and further embroiled into this conspiracy.
Yeah.
Then he decides he's going to go to Universal Studios dressed as his character, the Mask.
Well, before that, he's preaching Yantianto, now dressed up in his yellow suit instead of his purple suit, wearing the half mask that his grandmother thought was cute or whatever.
Right.
And yeah, he's wherever, is that like the Chinese theater or whatever, where the people who dress up to get pictures taken of them?
I think it's just Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, sure.
Where that happens. Yeah, because it's a public place and you can like walk around and dress as a character and like get people to pay you for photos and autographs and stuff. Yeah.
You can't ask them to pay you.
Oh, is that the thing?
You can
imply.
Say, I work for tips.
Okay. It's implicit.
It's implicit, but they don't have to pay you. There's a whole documentary that I watched about that.
Wow.
But anyways,
because it's like a law kind of thing, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah. So and then he eventually goes to Universal. We see him like
and he, the events of the beginning of the film where he interrupts the Waterworld stunt show occur,
and then that's it. But yeah, he's like talking about how
we get a title card.
Joe Biden is dead.
Joe Biden died,
replaced
and
by
he was replaced. What was it?
So, like, if you wanted to talk about like actual QAnon shit,
well,
it's they've been able to make clones for years,
right?
Or they took his head off of his body and put it on some other person's body.
Well, and they think John Fetterman is. I've seen
the John Fetterman one. Yeah, I mean, fuck, didn't Tucker Carlson even like?
I'm sure
push it at one point.
I've seen people on Twitter like talk about how John Fetterman. They'll compare photos and they're like, this is not the same guy. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
John Fetterman rules. By the way,
oh dude, he's awesome. I love that they like have curtailed having to dress a certain way in the Senate. I think that's just fucking hilarious.
That whole thing was so dumb.
It's so dumb, but I love how people are getting so fucking triggered over it.
It's the only thing they could get everyone to come together on, and it's so annoying.
It's dumb.
But I think he actually did a press release about it where he just pushed the Doug Heffernan meme. Right, that was real.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I wasn't sure if that was real or not.
Yeah, he did. This was a fucking crazy ass movie, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like really glad that I didn't know dick about any of this. I'm glad that I don't watch this guy. Just because like, man, if you hadn't said shit, if you were like, oh yeah, man, I think this is all real. Like, I think that he just like found this dude, or what have you. I really would have been like, what in the fuck is going on? And like, I wanted to soak in all the details, and shit. So I wasn't looking at my phone. Although at one point I did search something. He had Denzel Wilkins or something, who's apparently a child book illustrator.
Yeah,
that was in his search thing.
Oh, it was like one of the tabs that was open.
Yeah, he had 2 tabs with that guy's name on it.
Was it not the guy that was doing the
no?
Oh,
unless like they made that person up, because there was only 2 people that popped up, and one was a world's martial artist that did some films in 2010, and then a child author.
That sounds like something he would Google just in character as Tyler Joseph too.
Yeah, probably. It was just weird. I was like, there's a lot more going on to this movie, and like I feel like this guy was hiding details.
There's jokes within jokes,
yeah,
hidden and things. His videos are like that.
Word.
I highly recommend people look up his truthhunters.com video.
I need to do that.
Absolutely.
If he fucks with
Alex Jones.
then absolutely. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. And his bike talk show is one of the greats. The still image will kind of ruin something. So just click on it. Don't let the preview or the still image ruin it. Cause like it fucking goes places. It's so cool.
You watch some weird shit, man.
I know.
But like, I know I also watch some weird shit, but like the weird shit that you watch is just like all like almost serendipitous and shit. You know, the How To with John Wilson really got me fucked up, man.
So, and a lot of these things are connected though, because he's worked on that too.
Yeah, no, that's why I brought it up.
Well, I'm a big comedy nerd.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like I'm kind of plugged into like the alt comedy scene, although maybe less now, I guess. I feel like there's a whole different, everything is so big now. There is so much on the internet that like,
I get it.
There are so many different niches that you cannot, is that the plural of niche?
Yeah.
I'm not.
No,
I don't feel confident about
niches.
it. Multiple niche.
It's okay. It's definitely not the first word you flubbed tonight.
Oh, come on. All my flub heads out there. There is so much, but there is like different subgenres of like alt comedy that like I've followed for years. And, you know, I was like a big late night kid.
Yes, I remember you famously
I've told you about this.
Yes.
And that's kind of how I got into Connor O'Malley, because he wrote for Seth Meyers, and Seth Meyers is like the one late night host that I like that's out there now.
He was on SNL.
Right. I know Seth Meyers, when he was writing for Weekend Update and SNL. And Conan doesn't have a late night show anymore.
Right.
Conan is where I really cut my teeth.
Right.
Because that was a whole thing. And all of those guys went on to become famous people now too. And famous. That's where Bob Odenkirk, you know, did a lot of work with Conan on The Simpsons back in the day and all that stuff. Now I'm like plugged into like Comedy Bang Bang, which is where a lot of up and coming comedians or even famous comedians will come back to.
Yeah, I really tried with Comedy Bang Bang.
It's not for everybody.
No, but Monster Fuck is great.
Oh, wonderful. In fact, it's that time of the year.
It is that time of the year, but are they going to do it?
Huh?
Are they going to do another Monster Fuck?
Of course.
I remember they don't do it every year.
Yeah.
No, the fuck they do.
Yeah. No, it's not every year.
No, I know it's not every year because I tried. Like I remember when I was shown Monster Fuck. I remember it was being October. I'm like, I wonder if they've done a Monster Fuck episode. You know, it was like 2 years ago or whatever. And no, they did not. And I was very upset about it.
Do you know Memphis, Kansas Breeze?
No, I don't know.
Have I shown you that yet?
Wait, hold on. Is that the one where they're talking about like, I want to fuck my truck or got my truck pregnant or whatever? Right. Yes, that is them.
Human skin truck, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Human skin. Yes, I have.
Okay.
That one is also very funny, but it's not Monster Fuck. Monster Fuck is a song, not a song. It's a bit that keeps giving. Every year, the exact same song, but like slightly
the
different.
bit has become that it's just the same song. It's slightly different.
Slightly different. Yeah. Yes, well, slightly different, like a guest singer.
I think Memphis, Kansas Breeze is one of the greatest things to ever come out of Comedy Bang Bang, but like Monster Fuck is a great recurring bit too, and it's seasonal. So I have a thing with some of my in-laws where every time they come down, we just sit down and watch Memphis, Kansas Breeze again and just like laugh like we've never seen it before because it's so good.
I actually think that you showed me that the same day that you showed me the Connor O'Malley thing. That
probably I was probably on a YouTube binge. You know,
that's probably what it was. We tried to show you QAnon Into the Storm, the documentary.
Yeah, we did. We started it. Yeah,
it's so good. It's so fucking crazy. It's the craziest shit, man.
I don't want to know any more about that stuff.
I know, but that's
what I mean?
That's such a Jared.
Like there are actually people in Congress now that believe it.
Yeah, that's how crazy it is.
I can't deal with it. Dude, I need it to go away.
Starship Troopers had a very big impact on me, and one of those impacts is know your foe.
Your foe.
Know your foe. Yeah, know your phone. You gotta see your phone projects.
I heard Phil.
Oh, whoops. I was gonna say your phone, it projects the 5G, so you have to have a Moss Agate stone in your pocket so that you don't get the woke mind virus.
Joe Biden is no longer alive, and he passed away. He's dead. You're asking yourself, why are they doing this? Well. What's up, guys? It's me, your boy Tyler Joseph, and it isn't quite Christmas, but it is fall, and you know what that means? Fall angels, fall angels, fall angels, fall angels, fall angels. I'll get on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
That's right.
Think you're gonna make in LA or something? Damn it! Fuck out right now. Hollywood, baby.
You like Men in Black too, right?
Yes. Dude. Suggestion of anything? I'm a total beast. Come here and be an actor in social media too.
I'm sorry, I can't today.
Don't fall for those scams. They're all out there.
How are you? I feel like being insane. I feel like having fun, and I feel like going crazy. Try to stop me. Try to stop me.
I almost wish I didn't tell you this shit. Because now you're burdened with it.
Smoke? They just hate you. You might be going to jail. Who's inside? Who's inside?
Oh, I love you too.
Yeah. Joe Biden died 3 years ago, and his body has been controlled by the Chinese CIA in order to change different things about this. This is a nice TV. What are you doing with it?
Well,
yes, Jared.
I've got a segment.
Oh, let's hear it. I want to hear the segment. What's the segment?
We like to end every episode on this segment.
Well, it's not even been a fucking hour. What? How long is it? It's been 35 minutes.
It's been longer than the movie we watched.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't know if you wanted to go any longer.
No, it's a short episode.
All right.
It's getting late too. I'm gonna cut this out.
Oh, word. Okay.
So I'm gonna give you the synopsis of a film.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you got to guess the film.
Oh, I did so well last time.
Honestly, you did get it.
I knew exactly what it was. I just didn't know the title.
Yeah. No, I will give you hints if you need them.
Okay.
But here we go. Here's the synopsis.
What is it?
Let me open it up first. Hang on. After a single, career-minded woman is left on her own to give birth to the child of a married man, she finds a new romantic chance in a cab driver. Meanwhile, the point of view of the newborn baby is narrated through voiceover.
Oh, this isn't Look Who's Talking?
It is Look Who's Talking.
Oh, holy shit, dude.
You're 2 for 2, man.
So fun fact, right? I don't remember the details of the movie.
You're right.
But I know who's the main actress that's in it?
Kirstie Alley.
Yeah, it is Kirstie Alley. And for whatever reason, I've always thought that she was Kirstie Alley. She's a very funny lady.
Yes.
I don't remember too many details of the first one, but the second one they have another kid.
Yeah,
who also narrates. And the other kid is a little bit older, and so he's dealing with potty training.
That sounds right.
And there's a bit in the potty training thing where the kid is afraid of the toilet because another kid tells him that the toilet eats his piss and shit. It's like a hungry monster. It's a toilet monster. And so there's a scene where the kid is like being introduced to the potty, and the potty is completely different. It's got like eyes and shit and teeth and whatnot. It's like, oh, the potty monster. Give me your pee-pees and your poo-poos. Feed me. You know, like just it's so fucking unhinged. Like I have no idea who came up with that.
Wow.
It gets deeper, right? The Look Who's Talking series has like 4 movies in it.
Yeah.
And one of them has like a person who is in an adult-sized diaper with a giant head, and the babies turn into like, oh wait, no, never mind. This is like Baby Spies. Never mind. Baby Spies and Look Who's Talking are completely different. That's my bad.
Is it Baby Geniuses?
Baby Geniuses. Yeah, not Baby Spies. That's my bad. But yeah, the potty monster is what comes to mind when I think about Look Who's Talking. They ran those movies on repeat on Comedy Central for like a month.
All I remember about those films,
is
that I think the first 2 open with sperm
being born. Yeah.
Not being born. The
that's
conception.
Right. Conception. That's
the,
right.
The sperm inseminating an egg, and like it's like a long special effects sequence.
Yeah, and they're all like talking to each other and shit.
Right, and I saw it
comedic.
very young, and it had to be explained to me that this is, the conception of life.
Well, lucky you got it explained. I had to figure that shit out on my own. I had no idea what the fuck was going on. Why that movie? Are you looking up a bunch of like weird 90s movies and like hoping that I've seen them?
We've done too. Chill.
I know, but now I'm like, I'm metagaming, Jared. It's a game and I want to win.
I feel like if it's too recent,
Oh yeah,
too
I'll get
obvious.
it. I'll definitely get it.
So I'm going to
for
start
sure.
doing like 80s now.
If
I
you-
think 70s is too obscure for you.
If you start doing 80s, I will never get it.
I think there'll be some that you know.
There was no good movies before Jurassic Park.
We've adopted that line of
what was the
delineation.
quote? What was the quote?
Yeah, there's no good films before
okay,
1993.
There
yeah,
we go.
yeah.
Yes, with the film Jurassic Park.
I have to give credit to Scotty hasn't seen. We're ripping that off.
I love that. That's such a good quote.
It is funny how like they keep bringing it up, and you're kind of like.
I mean, like, there's Star Wars though.
What? Okay,
what's up?
Films are bad now.
Oh, I would not. I
joking.
would not fucking say that.
But what if there is like, is there going to be a point where people can say films stopped being good after 2008?
I mean, there's a possibility, but I
You know
don't.
what I mean? Like the golden age of Hollywood. Well, no, that's already a thing. The the golden age of like modern Hollywood.
Yeah,
you could point to was like 93 to 2008, and then like Marvel happened, and then we just like everything was very mid.
I just don't believe that.
We'll look back and
clear
clear vision and be able to pinpoint
when
this.
you know Debaser is celebrating their 50th anniversary and the year 2073. Yes, I did the math correct. Oh, I'm so good.
You added 50 to 23. Good job,
bro. Hey, look, it's been a long day. It's been a long day doing quick math. I almost said 83 because I'm going to be 83 at that point in time. We can take a look back. I was like, Jared, was it all just kind of mid? All of it was kind of mid, and you'd be like, because you're actually going to be like part robot. I can already see it happening.
Oh yeah, I'll be a cyborg.
Yes,
and that's
you're
okay.
You're gonna be like, Will, film has been dead for as long as I have inside my soul, or some shit like that. I don't
Camera pans out, and it's just you and me talking to microphones while the rest of the world has completely died.
Yeah,
climate change has engulfed all.
It's destroyed everything. Jared, would you recommend this movie?
Okay, only if you have also already checked out Connor O'Malley's YouTube page and the truthhunters.com videos and things of that nature have done it for you.
If you've
picked up on Connor O'Malley's humor, because it's very specific.
Yeah, I was to say, what if you were a fan of I Think You Should Leave, or some of the other stuff that he's worked on?
That's a good start.
Okay.
But I can't promise you can make the leap from one to the other.
Okay, because I was about to say, hey, Zach, you should watch this movie. He fucking loves I Think You Should Leave.
Okay.
That's half of our conversations are always that.
I would implore Zach to dig deeper into the people that worked on I Think You Should Leave. And even Tim Robinson's previous show, Detroiters, was a horrendously underrated and underwatched show. It lasted 2 seasons, I think 3. No, I think it was 2. It's so good. And it came out at the time when Comedy Central was like burying shows on their app. It was awful. Like it was right at the time when like nobody had cable anymore. Everyone was switching off to streaming.
It was on their website, right?
Yeah, it was on their website or their app.
I didn't realize they even
I think
had
it was
an app.
specifically their app.
That's crazy. I knew they were really trying to push that website because they were like had new South Park episodes on there before they aired or something like that. Yeah.
And but it was at the time when everyone was like, no, we have Netflix now and Hulu. Like we're not doing this, you know? And it just was at a bad time. I think some of the later seasons of Broad City, this got happened to too. They got buried the same way because I haven't seen Broad City past like season 3 or 4. And I was a huge fan of it.
Yeah.
And it just disappeared. And I was like, what the fuck happened, you know? And like a lot of people, I think, moved out of their parents' house and lost cable at that time too. And a lot of people were cutting the cord anyway because cable was like $100 a month or more.
Yeah.
And now all the streaming services are just doing that all over again. But I digress. Look up Detroiters.
Manage your streams, man. Manage your subscriptions.
Yeah, please stop signing up for everything, or just share your passwords with people.
That's getting cracked down on.
Well, Netflix, yes,
yeah,
but I don't get a VPN and pay for Netflix in like India, and that way you can just watch whatever you want wherever you are. It
and
doesn't
then
matter.
You too can get inundated with Skibbity Toilet. 2 for 2, baby. I'm not gonna stop.
But yeah, that's how I would recommend it. Like if this is your type of comedy, you can look up Connor O'Malley's stuff on his YouTube.
Yeah.
And see if it's for you. And in fact, it might help to have that context even to know what his content is.
Yeah, I think
because it could be a lot to take in at first.
It's frenetic.
Yeah. Man, he did some great stuff during the 2016 election too.
Did he?
Yeah, he had a lot of stuff where he was like Howard Schultz's biggest fan. The Starbucks guy.
Oh,
yeah, it was a wild time. He would find like ground beef just on the street and would never mind. Would eat it.
Oh, what the fuck?
While wearing like a Howard Schultz for president hat and like covered in blood too.
Oh my god.
Conor O'Malley, great guy.
He sounds like he's fucking losing it, man.
He's a lunatic, but the best kind.
I love it. Dude, to be a fly on the wall in their house, and
oh, I know, and people were so fascinated by it. Like, what are they like as a couple? Because they don't do their content together.
They do not.
You know what
I mean?
They
are completely separate.
And there was like one time during the pandemic where like I think Connor is in the background of something Amy was live streaming.
Yes.
Oh, I think it was when she was on SNL. Because they did a couple episodes where they were in their house, and you see Connor in the background of one of her webcam things, and I remember people like me on Twitter were freaking out, going, "Oh my god,
it's the guy!
They're in the same room together."
This has never happened before.
Yeah.
We have no concrete proof that these two people aren't the same person.
Well, and there's photos from their wedding online too, and they look like a normal, happy couple, and it's like, that's Connor out of character. What's happening? He's breaking kayfabe.
Very, very much like a Nathan Fielder.
Well, folks, thank you for listening. You can find our show on social media by searching for @DebaserPod. I'm Jared Rusk, and you can find me on Instagram @solid_slack. Yeah, that's right. Will, where can people find you? And do you have anything to plug? It's November now.
It is November, which means that in 2 weeks, I will be in Atlanta for the Hotlanta, baby, for the Grand Narrative 2023.
Nice.
It is the last event of the year for Games Workshop. We'll be having Worlds competition, which this is a really neat concept.
Okay.
Basically, the events team has picked multiple different locations throughout the United States and Europe.
Right.
And given people the ability to, if they win one of those events, get an all expenses paid trip to Atlanta, your hotel's taken care of, flights taken care of, and you compete. And we're trying to see who is the best in the world. Is it an American? Is it an English guy? Is it from somebody from Germany? Is it someone from Poland? Who knows, right? Really cool idea. First time it's ever been done. We're excited to host that. But on the flip side, what we're also doing that weekend is doing an immersive, narrative-driven weekend of 40K. We're going to have, I think, 6 rooms themed to specific locations on a planet. And all the players will be given the chance to fight for their faction, to see what happens to the story from beginning to end for this particular planet. All the room attendants are going to be dressed up as if they are actual characters from Warhammer. The event will be canon, and it'll be written into the lore.
That was going to be my question, hence the title, Grand Narrative.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, it's the one that we did last year. It was the first event I ever worked.
Yeah.
And it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So many people dressed up. So many people were having a great time. Saturday night, everybody was in a good mood, drinking and having games. And it was just overall a great vibe. And I'm very much looking forward to it. This time around, it's supposed to be bigger and better.
Yeah.
And currently working my ass off trying to get the themed terrain done for this event. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And if you're in the area and you're interested in seeing A, what I do, and B, what the best of Warhammer can look like, it's gonna be there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I have a plug.
Oh shit. What is it?
It's the Debaser YouTube channel.
Oh, that's right. We're on YouTube now, baby.
I set it up like a month ago.
Yes.
And it's up there now.
It is there. All of our stuff is there.
Yeah, it might be a couple episodes behind.
Sure.
But it's up there. Most of our show is up there. I've realized I need to go back and maybe if I can find the time in my life, which if you're listening at this point, where am I going to find that time? You will know. If you know me.
Yeah, that's true.
But I need to go back and re-edit some of the older episodes because I've gotten a lot better at editing.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Because I learned as I went, and
Yeah.
I'm sure people who have been listening since the beginning can tell, yeah, man, it's gotten a lot better. Thank you. But yeah, go to our YouTube page and check it out. We can monetize once we hit 1,000 subscribers, so please click subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.
It will actually help us.
Tell us what your favorite word flub is. And
post in the comments your favorite word that Jared mispronounced. Well, good night, everybody.
Good night. Thanks for listening.
Debaser is hosted and produced by Will Taylor and Jared Rusk. Want to email the show? Send it to podcast@debaserpod.com. Want to help us out? Please leave us a review on your podcast platform of choice, especially Apple Podcast. And if you write a 5-star review of Debaser on Apple Podcast, I may read your review in a future episode. Thank you for listening, and take care out there.
Was that you?
Mm-hmm. Got another one.
Hell yeah, leave it in.
I don't know what that is.
That's your stomach is curdling, bro.
Probably. My organs are dying.
No, dude, they're moving into place because like a fucking turtle noise, bro. Oh shit!
I think that's it.
You are gonna die. This is the last. Yeah, you're not coming back from
chronicling my death.
Yeah.
That's that T-Bell, baby. That's what happens when you eat Taco Bell that's been sitting on the counter for probably an hour.
Yeah, it's true.